We think it's imperative to send the right message and lead by example.
Mayor Eric Adams says that's why he's keeping the city's COVID-19 vaccine mandate for public workers. He made the comments just prior to getting his Omicron vaccine booster and says he hopes the public worker mandate will continue to encourage private businesses to put in place their own requirements, even though they will no longer be subject to a mandate themselves come November 1st. At least 1,400 city workers have already been fired for not complying with the mandate, with hundreds of appeals still pending. At least 18 firefighters and one FDNY officer were let go, with many more retiring early in response to the policy, according to the Uniformed Firefighters Association. The union was one of many representing public employees that ripped the decision by the Adams administration.
Since the very beginning, we've been told we were going to follow the science. There is no science that shows the difference between public and private sector employees, how it's more dangerous for one group and not as dangerous for the other.
When that very question was put to City Health Commissioner Ashwin Vasan, he offered more of a philosophical explanation of the rule changes.
It's important to not see these things in isolation and then say, well, what's the narrow rationale for this one decision, and see it as disconnected from the rest? Because we are in a process of transition. We're no longer in this emergency phase of the pandemic.
And we want not only a rational answer, but an answer that's good enough to actually be firing people.
City Council Minority Leader Joe Borelli has been outspoken for some time now against mandates. He and other colleagues on the council say they will continue to push for an end to all vaccine requirements and the rehiring of fired workers, especially with many city agencies still understaffed.
Look at the MTA. The MTA doesn't have a vaccine mandate, so they're operating under a completely different set of rules. We don't see mass shutdowns. We don't see mass deaths. We don't see these major problems.
And what we found out today is that the city never really enforced the private employer vaccine mandate anyway. The Mayor Adams says no, the city did not collect any data on whether or not there was any compliance. He was asked twice, in fact, because reporters in the room were so stunned that there was really no information about compliance from the private sector.